For 2025, Taylor has revamped some of the Builder's Edition versions of their popular 814 CE guitar. We're taking a look at one of the new ones today, so stick around. Hey, you're watching Alamo Music TV. My name is Chris McKee.
I'm Cooper Greenberg.
We're here with Alamo Music in San Antonio, Texas. You can find us online at alamomusic.com. If you're new to our channel, subscribe, turn on notifications, like our videos. If you want to support the channel, you can visit our spring store link below for custom swag. Check out our podcast, the Fretboard Confessional. Buy things from us, give us a call, tell us that we're beautiful, all of that fun stuff.
Please.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe this guitar is just good.
It is good.
You know what I'm saying?
So this is the new revamped 2025 Taylor 814 CE Builder's Edition. One of them, anyway.
One of several.
Yes. Pretty cool guitar. It really is a new offering based upon the very, very popular 50th anniversary model, which we could not keep in stock, and I think was one of the best-selling guitars statistically for all of last year.
Yeah, absolutely. The 814 Builders, when that was, brought out with the Adirondack, became a bestseller.
Mm-hmm.
Then for the 50th anniversary the following year, then we had Sinker top version, bestseller, as well as the Adirondack.
Mm-hmm.
And now Sinker's here to stay in the 800, and a little straight out of Honduras. You know what I'm saying?
The Honduran Rose.
We got that Hondi Rose, and
beat me by half a
yeah,
second. I was
very
like,
good.
how's he going to shorten this?
That's how we
Hondi
do it.
Rose.
So, as you can tell, looks a little bit different than the 50th anniversary. The 50th was natty top, no stain or anything. This got the edge burst, but otherwise, edge burst on the Sinker top and Honduran as opposed to East Indian is going to be the main difference here. This is the first of the new builders that we've gotten. There is also an Adirondack and Honduran Rosewood version.
Also with a burst, edge burst.
Yeah, also got the edge burst. So now you can go 814C standard. Years ago, you could have gone Alamo special, but that's no more. So you go 814CE standard, 814CE Builder's Edition, Adirondack and East Indian. Then you jump up to the Adirondack and Honduran.
You left out the blacktop version.
Oh, you got the blacktop. All right.
The grand piano of guitars.
That is a good one. So I'm gonna start over, but with pricing, because there's steps here. $39.99 as of right now is an 814. $44.99 is a Builder's Edition.
We should give like a date and time stamp.
Yeah.
It'll be different in 4 hours.
These are made in the U.S., but that doesn't seem to matter anymore. $44.99 as of right now, Builder's Edition, Adirondack, East Indian Rosewood. $49.99, Adirondack and Honduran. $54.99, Sinker and Honduran. Just 814s in the 800 series. From there, you can step up to a 914 Builder's Edition for, I think, $66.99.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because people that are Taylor fans and know what's kind of been there should recognize that this pairing was available as the 914 Builder's Edition that had Sinker and Hondi Rose. And so it's effectively a similar guitar offered in this series. So the price comes down because the ornamentation has come down.
Yeah.
And it's in the ever popular 800 class.
800, that's the flagship, the sweet spot. 814 within there would be the pinnacle of the pinnacle. And now you have options. Top woods and back and sides woods. At the end of the day, it's still a soft wood with rosewood back and sides. So you can anywhere from 4,000 to 5,500 basically. You have a bunch of different options. You can find the right 814 for you. I feel like this one, every single one of those has a right, player and a right place to be. This makes a ton of sense because, like Chris said, the 50th anniversary was the one everybody freaked out about.
Yeah.
Whenever they've done Sinker versions of popular guitars, the 414 Sinkers did great. The GT811 Sinkers did great. So Sinker's always good.
Yeah.
And we see the reaction if somebody already likes a certain Taylor and then they put it out with Sinker Redwood, then it becomes a hit. So I think that's a sweet spot because you can get the 50th kind of vibe, but you also have an upgraded back and sides wood as well. And if you love that 914 builders, which there were more options there before in the 900 series with builders, those are all gone. This is just a Sinker Honduran world we live in. That becomes your fancy closest to presentation series without going presentation series guitar. If you do not care about the pearl, but you want the kind of premium wood combo, here you go.
There's also some choices that they always make in the 800 series, and that is specifically with the ebony that's utilized. Taylor's chosen the flagship series to feature figured ebony. And this goes back to all of the work that they've done to really stabilize the availability of ebony for the guitar market and other musical instruments that rely on it for fingerboards and bridges and so forth. And early on, when they decided they were going to make this investment in ebony and that they were going to tell the industry, figured ebony is beautiful and you should learn to love it. They decided, you know what, we're going to feature it on our flagship. And that has not changed. And so one of the things that always sticks out to me when we get these 800 series is they usually have really beautiful fingerboards and headstock overlays with this really nice figured ebony. And it becomes another feature of the guitar. And so I hear it a lot in the store where people go, oh, I really, really like that.
Yeah. And you know what's wild is on the 50th anniversary, 814, Builder's Edition, Sinker, and Rosewood, they did not use the streaky figured ebony.
It's the one kind of exception.
Yeah, they didn't do it. And we, not to complain in any way,
but we had people asking.
We lost a lot of potential sales on those guitars because people said, can you open up all the ones that you have and find the one with the coolest fingerboard?
Yeah.
This happened way more than 5 times, and we had a lot. And the first time that I went and opened up 4 of those guitars, and I was like, that one doesn't have anything. I moved on. Then I called JR, and I was like, what's the deal here? He said, on the spec sheets for that guitar, they used dark, uniform, non-streak ebony. And I don't know why they made that choice. I just know that more people would have jumped on them if they could have a fingerboard like that.
Which, you know what, by the way, that's just awesome to me because, at the onset, falling in love with figured ebony was the goal to get people to do, and they have. And I think a lot of people thought, oh, that's going to be an uphill battle or people aren't going to like it. But, guitar players, I think, generally recognize we like wood in our instruments, and wood has figuring and grain patterns, and that tends to be very, very attractive. So why not?
And you might as well find one that you enjoy because it's going to be on there forever. And so it's like picking a nice Koa set, picking a nice whatever.
This is actually really cool because it almost it like ties into the burst and the sinker top.
It's great.
So really cool wood combination. I think we should listen to you demo it, and then we'll kind of talk about it on the other side. Now that I've wrestled the guitar away from Cooper, right in the middle of the Popeye riff, let's talk about what's a little bit different tonally on this guitar from the 50th anniversary that it is effectively inspired by. Because it's a Rosewood Sinker top combination, like you said, but Honduran's a little bit different than East Indian Rosewood, and we're getting into subtleties here. But effectively, what I understand from playing them, and particularly listening to Andy talk about it, because he just loves, it's very obvious. He's using it kind of wherever he can, including the gold labels. He's a big fan of this wood. It seems to be a little denser and glassier sounding than East Indian Rosewood. East Indian Rosewood for decades has been the de facto replacement in the industry for Brazilian rosewood that is no longer attainable. But I've often thought about the fact that East Indian rosewood comes from a completely different place in the world, even though species-wise they're of the same genus. So now you have Honduran, which comes from a place closer to where Brazilian is, and it has this chimey glassiness to it, which is why it's used in things like marimba bars, because the fundamental note that it responds with is different. And so you get even more sustain and overtones, and the high end is really clear.
Yeah. I think that's a good thing to, like, if we could snip that and send that to anybody who's like, well, is it just more expensive because it's rarer? It is a different sound. And I like that you brought up the gold labels, because those are seriously some of the best sounding spruce rosewood guitars ever. And everybody already loves the 814 builders. With the Sinker top, you get that kind of warmth, roundedness of the Sinker, but paired with, like, you get the warmth here, and then you get the, like, sort of piano-like tone from the back and sides. It's a really pretty combination. And I also, speaking like pretty sounding, I also just love the way it looks. I think it's a really pretty wood.
Yeah, it looks fantastic, particularly when it's burst like this. And yeah, paired with Sinker is theater on steroids. There's a roll in to the note when you have a soft wood like this, but a good bit of dynamic range and volume that still comes out of it, and an increase in all of those overtones. So there's this really thick richness that you get, and it complements that chimey aspect of this wood very, very well. And I do think the bass response is a bit tighter. And what I mean by that is it's not lessened, it's tighter. It's East Indian can kind of be like that, kind of out there bass wise. Yeah. Brazilian Rosewood, we did that video with that Collings to really illustrate. It kind of tightens up on the bass side, so it's almost, you can feel it a little bit better. Yeah. And I find that this wood does that too. So.
Yeah, if you can hear on the demo, I spent the first half kind of doing fingerpick stuff, a little bit lighter. That's a joy of the GA is you got,
the
versatility, and then switching to just big open picked chords. You get more than you expect out of the fingerpick stuff, but then you, like for me, it was kind of this moment where it's like you're still surprised at how much louder and bigger it can get with a pick. So it's like your floor is already at a impressive level because you're not totally dropping out. And I think you get a lot of really good attack out of a finger pick, even with GCs and everything. It's surprising, but then hitting that first chord, it's like this nice kind of wave over you. It's
nice and lush. Yeah. So these are new. They've just started coming in. It's March. NAM stands for not available, maybe March, maybe May. Yeah. So here they are. They're coming in. If you would like to get your hands on one of the first ones, including this one, you can check them out on our website with all the specifications. The web address is
alamomusic.com.
There you go.
And if you'd like to see a video once we get into other ones where it's like 814 builders Honduran, builders Sinker Honduran, we can do it.
Yeah. Yeah. The other thing on our website, there is a little place where you can chat with us. It's a little button with Cooper's face on it. I still wonder why I made that decision, but I did. It haunts me in my sleep.
Me too.
But you can click on there and you can message us, because I do recognize, and I appreciate everyone who says they enjoy our videos. There's a lot to navigate. And so we field questions a lot of times of like, I'm trying to make a choice and figure out what works best. We're here to help you with that. So feel free to message us online and we can help you navigate all of the choices that are out there from a great selection of builders that are available. So, and if you, like those other people, do like these videos, make sure that you subscribe. This is not a Jerry Lewis telethon, but if you subscribe and you turn on notifications and you comment and you share these videos, it helps us reach a larger audience, and that's good for everybody. It makes the economy work, all that stuff. So anyways, thanks so much for watching. Hope to see you next time.